Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and a brand new video. I'm Renier, aka SYOTOS, and if you're new to this channel, please make sure to like, share and subscribe, and hit that post notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload more videos. Now, I've received a lot of messages from you guys this past week on Instagram and Facebook asking me to make a video on how to ride a motorcycle if you've never been on a bike before. So I hope today's video will help you guys make up your minds, pull the trigger and get that bike. Now, there's not much to it. All you do is get on your bike, pull in your clutch, put your kickstand up, turn your key, kill switch on, make sure you're in neutral, push this, flick it down into first gear, get your clutch out slowly, little bit of throttle, and before you know it, nah, I'm just messing around, guys. Now, before we jump on the bike, I'm going to do a quick walk around to familiarize you with the bike. I'm going to take it real slow and hopefully you guys will pick it up easily. This video is aimed at you guys who do not have someone to teach or show you how to ride in person. But if you do, it's always a good idea to have an experienced rider standing next to you, giving you those finer tips, giving you those cues, and laying that riding foundation. So speak to your friends and colleagues and see if you can find yourself a mentor who can teach you all those finer riding skills. What you don't want is to start off with those bad habits, because they are real hard to shake off later. Now, if you have access to a riding school or class, that's always a good starting point. Here in New Zealand, Pro Rider does some awesome courses which caters for all levels of experience and even caters for those who's never been on a motorcycle before. You guys in the US, you have the MSF or Motorcycle Safety Foundation courses, which are all great resources. Now, for those of you who's never been on a motorcycle before, this is the Harley-Davidson XG500, or better known as the Street 500. Now, let's have a look at some of the controls. Starting off on the right hand side of the bike, this is your right hand side foot peg. Now, your foot should always rest firmly on your foot peg. This is your rear brake, which is also the weakest brake on the bike and only accounts for 25 to 30% of all braking. So when you want to brake, simply push down gently on your rear brake. This is your throttle. Turning the throttle makes your bike go faster. Now, when you first start out riding, you do not need to apply crazy amounts of throttle. Always remember, small inputs, be gentle on your throttle, because jerking your throttle suddenly, depending on the size of your bike and the make of your bike, could jerk you back in your seat and even cause you to fall off. So as you gain more experience riding, you can slowly start increasing the amount of throttle. You have the kill switch here, start button here. So when you turn your bike to the on position, pull in your clutch, always ensure that your kill switch is on or your bike will not start. Talking about clutches, depending on your motorcycle, some motorcycles will not start if you're not pulling in your clutch. This is your front brake. Now, the front brake is the most powerful brake on your bike and accounts for 70 to 90% of all braking on your bike. This is your front brake, this is your rear brake. Front brake, rear brake. Moving around to the other side, this is your clutch. This is your left handlebar or left grip. The left grip does nothing, it's simply there to hold on to. This is your left foot peg, and that is the gear selector. Now, for the gear selector to work, you have to pull in your clutch. This bike has 6 gears, but not all bikes have the same amount of gears. The amount of gears your bike has is determined by the size and type of motorcycle. To put the bike into first gear, you have to first pull in your clutch, then click your gear selector all the way down. First gear is all the way down. Now, to get the bike into second gear, again, pull in your clutch and give the gear selector one click up. So second gear is one click up. First gear all the way down. Second gear, one click up. Now, neutral gear is located half a click up from first gear. So if you want to get your bike in neutral, pull in your clutch, make sure you're in first gear all the way down, and simply give it half a click up. into neutral. Now, some types of bikes and some models will indicate this on your cockpit display with either a N or simply a green light. Now, the following controls might look different depending on the type of motorcycle you're on, but in general they are all the same. This is a turn signal selector or indicator. To indicate right, push the button right. If you want to indicate left, push the button left. To cancel the turn signal, press the button in. This is your horn, and this is your high beam selector. Now, when you turn your bike's key to the on position, the low beams of your bike will automatically be turned on. If you want to switch to the high beam, simply push the high beam button, and to return to low beam, push the button back. This is when you insert the key to your bike, and the location of that will depend on the type of bike you are on. Some models have it where my key is located, other bikes have it located on the tank, and some even have it located on the side of the bike. Now, before you even jump on the bike, please make sure that you have some decent protective gear. Get yourself some decent shoes, get yourself a jacket, a good helmet, and make sure you protect those hands. Get some good gloves. To get on the bike, it's easiest to do it on the left hand side of the bike. That's where your side stand is located, which makes your bike lean over to the left hand side. Walk up to your bike, grab hold of both handlebars, pull in your front brake. That will stop the bike from rolling forward or backwards while you're getting on. Swing your right leg over, pick up the bike, and take off the side stand. You are now ready to start your bike. Now, to start the bike, turn your key to the on position, make sure the kill switch is on, and you will notice that the green N or the green light indicating neutral gear is not on, which means my bike is not in neutral gear. Before I start my bike, I always want to put it in neutral gear. So pull in your clutch, press all the way down into first gear, then give it half a click up into neutral gear. The light indicating neutral gear is now on. The only thing left to do now is to press the start button. Now, before you do anything else, let's put the bike into first gear. So your clutch is already pulled all the way in. Push the gear selector all the way down into first gear. At this stage we are not going to use any throttle, so simply rest your hand on the throttle but do not turn it at all. You can now slowly start releasing your clutch until you feel the clutch engage. The point where the clutch engages is called the friction zone. Practice that a few times and get used to where the clutch engages. Now, if you release the clutch past the friction zone, the bike will start rolling forward without even applying any throttle. Slowly release the clutch, friction zone, past the friction zone, and the bike starts rolling forward. At this stage, leave both your feet on the ground and simply walk your bike along. If you want to stop, pull in the clutch, use a little bit of brake if you need to, and stop. Now practice this until you are confident enough to go a little bit faster. Once you're at the point where you're confident enough to go a little bit faster, get to a decent speed, put your feet on the pegs, give a little bit of throttle, and we are riding. We now have both feet on the pegs, and we are riding. If you want to brake, pull in your clutch, using both brakes, brake gently, and put your left foot down. I'll show that again. Pull in your clutch, use both brakes gently, and left foot down. So there you have it, guys. That's my step-by-step tutorial on how to ride a motorcycle if you've never been on a motorcycle before. Now, I highly recommend that you take your time to practice all the steps I've shown you today. Take it slow, keep it controlled, practice your balance, practice that clutch control. At this stage, you shouldn't even be worrying about going any faster or hitting those high gears. Once you're more confident, more comfortable on the bike, you can take it faster and hit those gears. Before we close out today's video, my post notification shout out goes to my man Dave from Waikato, New Zealand. Dave also sent me this beautiful picture of his 2020 breakout. So if you want your bike featured on this channel, please comment down below and send me a picture on Facebook or Instagram. Thank you for watching today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please comment down below and don't forget to hit that like, share and subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. So I hope this video helped you make the decision to pull the trigger and get that bike. Be safe out there, God bless, and I'll see you on the other side.